What's happening? I'm out here riding, looking like motherfucking Osama, because I'm a fucking terrorist. I'm a terrorist, bitch, not a terrorist. Terrorist. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's been a crazy couple days, man. It's like sometimes, man, it feels like we're getting gaslit from high places. Like it feels like spooky action at a distance. And I've noticed in the past few days, like, there's been an uptick of all the fucking, of extra shit, of extra shizzle, bullshizzle, man. Like, and people are we're all under attack. And it's like, look, when you can see that, look, when you're all up in your feels and you feel all hurt, it's like, I heard this like with a narcissist. If a narcissist has a wounded ego or a bruised ego, I heard the best analogy I ever heard was like, look, you could have a dog that you raised, and you're very close and you love each other, right? But if that dog got hit by a car and it was laying on the side of the street, if you went up to console it or help it or give it aid, it would bite you because it's hurt, right? So when your butt hurt and up in your feelies, your touchy feelies, popping wheelies in your pants, you know what I'm saying? You're only thinking about your wound. You're not thinking about how you're coming across to other people and exacerbating your own problem, right? And when you're not, if something's active, like let's say an emotion, you're in your feels, you know, you're angry or you're fearful, you can't have your feels going and discernment at the same time. It don't work like that. Like, you know, like if you try to role play in the bedroom, okay? Because I ain't no stranger to danger, alright? But look, fucking, whoa, nigga. I'm over at a fucking police up here, damn it. Man, what else? Oh yeah, anyway. If you overthink in the bedroom, you'll lose the attention downstairs if you're putting too much attention upstairs. You know what I'm saying? So to speak. I've noticed from those type of situations right there. Them situation shits. Man, dude. Man, this is the worst fucking day of the year to fucking drive, man. Like, the weather sucks. Should be paying more attention to the road. I'm not. Anyway, forgot what the fuck I was saying here. Oh yeah. Anyway, you can't have your discernment activated and your feels. That's like I was saying on the other video I just made. Like, I noticed how many points I missed. I just did it again. I talked right over it. I forgot what I was just about to say. Fucking, that's the thing. You gotta dig through shit and sift through it, dude. And if you don't have time to decompress, process something, you're going to be carrying it. And you're going to be carrying it into every other interaction that you have with everyone. So you might be coming across like this at somebody that didn't do nothing. You're not yelling at them. You're yelling to them about a situation. Some people are so butt, and if you're butt hurt, when somebody talks to you like that, you're going to take it all personal offense. Right? And sometimes you should say that. Like, hey, nigga, I didn't do the shit. Why you yelling at me like that for? Right? Just to get them to check themselves. Because sometimes when people are in a tizzy, in a tangent, they're not self-aware, dude. They're totally up in their feels. And they're not being objective. They're thinking subjective as fuck. Like, listen. People who love to objectify others normally live they live in such a subjective fucking mindset. Subjective means you're like a slave to your own opinions, your own thoughts, your own experiences. When you're thinking objectively, you're cutting all that shit out. You're looking at the situation you're observing objectively, which means you have no input of your own. You're only going to say what you see, what you can comprehend, what you can perceive, right? I mean, this stuff gotta be broke down, right? For people, right? Chop it up. It's like showing when somebody asks you a math equation, how do you prove you didn't use a calculator? Well, you leave your footnotes. So a lot of times, like I'll be sharing videos about narcissism, about shit. Sometimes it's related to interactions that I'm going through. Sometimes it ain't. Sometimes a creator just made a great video and I share it on Facebook because I'm leaving a trail of breadcrumbs for others to follow. If you were as diligent as I am, you'd be so much more aware of, you'd see more with less. You know what I'm saying? Instead, look, some people are like under the mindset, more is more. Sometimes more is less, right? Because less, it's kind of like you could buy the same product, but from a different company. And sometimes you pay for quality, for top shelf. And some things are top shelf. If you can get the same thing, top shelf shit, for low shelf price, that's a deal. That's a steal. Get it. But you got to think quality over quantity. It's better to have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. But they both will spend the same, but sometimes it's a pain in the ass. You pay one of your bills with all pennies. And everybody you go to is going to be like, God damn it, man. This is more work. But that's convenient for people who have to live that way. It's not convenient for everybody who just took the convenience bait and they made it real convenient for the niggas up top to fuck us over with no recourse or no grievances for us. Just, hey, everybody else puts up with it. You put up with it too. Something's wrong with you. You're defective. You must have a mental condition disorder. No. What if the nuts are running the nut house? The sane people are going to appear to be insane. And sometimes that be going on too. You know what I'm saying? But just going off that, look. Instead of me just ruminating and fixating up in my mind, I'm making a video on it. I'm trying to use this energy like judo to flip somebody, put them down, the people that attacking me, right? So, and I'm also, look, this is therapy. I'm looking at myself, kind of. I'm also driving because I'm on errands. You can't walk and chew bubble gum sometimes. But, look, I'm also showing people, giving them an example of how it's done, how you process, how you toil, how you go through it, how you work through it, how you get honest with yourself and others. And when you're not afraid, who cares if you look at me and say, oh, I don't like the way he looks or how he sounds, and you shoot the messenger. You don't listen to the message. Well, you just showed what causes where people go wrong, and they become just ignorant, willingly ignorant fucks, right? Who just are over opinionated, got something to say about everything, right? But you're so like unself-reflecting that what you're saying, you got to take it at face value. It ain't really worth shit. It diminishes whatever you're saying. Like, because look, it's like being a hypocrite. If a hypocrite is telling you how to live when he ain't even following his own advice, a lot of people get mad about that and they'll shoot the messenger. In some cases, if a hypocrite's coming at you with nefarious purposes, trying to guilt trip you or rope you up into some kind of operation to swap energies, yeah, shoot that motherfucker. Like, listen, the devil's humble in his approach. So it'd be like if people were just on the sidelines watching, some humble persons walk up to me and I'm like, bam, nigga. They'll be like, why did you do that? But we go up and we observe the body, and he's got all kinds of weird contraptions in his pockets, like sex contraptions. And he was eyeball effing me from afar, and I could feel his energy disrupt my field. So, bam! But to the outsiders, they be thinking that you're cruel or evil. But it's like they don't realize. He wasn't looking at me like that. He was looking at you like that. You were about to get your butthole fucking popped in, buddy. Worse. You'd end up in a sex dungeon. Not the good kind, neither, man. You know what I'm saying? Kind of, so to speak. And sometimes, listen, hey, I grandstand, embellish, and exaggerate. It's satire, man. It's for a point, though. It's for a purpose. It's educational purposes. And believe it or not, for some people to watch train wrecks in slow motion and then you suffer, they want to jack off to your suffering. So, hey, we might as well put on a good fucking show for them since they like it so much. It's entertaining to some people. Some people, listen, they'll totally miss the message. But they will laugh their dicks off watching you suffer, right? Some people, like, sometimes, some people be like, ooh, I'm so sorry that you just stubbed your toe. Other people are going to bust out laughing. It depends on the circumstance. If you had a compound fucking fracture on your toe and it popped through the top of your foot and somebody's laughing about it while it's going on, that's a sick sadist right there. You know what I'm saying? But if you just stubbed your fucking toe and you almost fell, no harm, no foul. If somebody laughs about that, have a nice trip. See you next fall guy. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever, right? Hey, discernment, man, is key. And sometimes humor can be weaponized. Sometimes it can be a diffuser. You know what I'm saying? An icebreaker or a de-escalator. It's like we're all too serious up in here. Somebody needs to crack a good joke to get our minds out of the gutter. I can see where we're steering the ship, and it's in the wrong direction. Here, let me find a savvy, smart, covert way to get us on track. And that's not being, I'm not being a covert. Sometimes being covert is good. It means being strategic. It's all about, it's just like guns, man. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. There's a lot of things. There's a proper context to use it in that's beneficial. And then there's a toxic, nefarious way the same thing can be used in a different situation, right? So it's all on the individual. It's on that situation. We got to use our discernment and see through the devil's bullshit. Because it's confusing out here. A lot of things are illusionary. The veil's thinning. If you're aware of that, you know, like for some reason, certain situations sometimes now, they're being ridiculous and being redundant, and they're easier to read than ever because the veil has thinned so much. You know what I'm, so to speak. Anyway, I'm here at Wing Garden Chinese food in Flushing, Michigan, to pick up some New Year's snacks for Mom Dukes. And out of love, hey, all right, I just jumped in the car. I didn't hesitate. I know she needs to fucking eat. She's gonna be fucking hangry. And so hey, just like I manned up, suited up, my gear, jumped in this bitch, went right to town. I could walk and chew bubblegum. And it actually gave me a perfect opportunity where I'm alone and there's no interruptions and like people just coming out of nowhere and fucking volunteer themselves to be fucking counterproductive for what I'm trying to do. Insensitive and unaware that they're disrupting my vibe. Right? Sometimes people do that shit intentionally, and that's nefarious. You should call them fuckers out and tell them to, hey, back the fuck up. But if they're just doing it out of habit and it's not nefarious, they just haven't got that shit under control. You can tell the difference, and your response should be exactly according to that situation, the specifics of it, dude. I mean, look, if you're a Christian or whatever and you want to aspire to do the best you can and not sin against other niggas so niggas don't sin against you and being forgiving. If I just say, oh, I forgive you, but I don't, I'm just saying it to end the argument because I'm sick of the smoke. That's not being genuine. That's not good. That doesn't solve the situation. That just, you're becoming more adept at practicing evil and avoiding the problem by pretending to address the problem. But anyway, hey, I gotta go in here. Much love, though. I'm not even sure how to label this video yet, but I'll figure it out. And look, with the way things been going, I need a lot of therapy. I need to talk. I need to decompress. This is one of my ways to decompress and work through it, sift through the wreckage of these situations, man. And having to sit there for somebody to be like, watch me fucking train wreck in slow motion. And they make you sit there and watch from the sidelines, helpless. It's abuse. You know what I'm saying? And that's the shit I'm trying to avoid out here, dude. So listen, it's like, look, like when you shake up a bottle. I'd imagine if you shook it up and there's enough pressure, it might explode. So you sometimes you gotta let the pressure out a little bit at a time. You crack the bottle, right? So it don't run over. And like right now, I'm so emotionally and mentally drained. It's like my cup's full. Everything's hitting. As soon as a drop hits my bucket, it floods over. It boils over because it's hard, man. This tea sucks. It tastes like shit. But anyway, much love. Peace.